Welcome to Squiz Kids Science Shorts, the show where we take your big curly questions and unpack the science stories everyone's talking about. Break them down into snack-sized, science-powered answers. We sort the fact from the fluff, keep it fun, keep it fast, and whether it's happening in your body, your backyard, or the big wide universe, we're here to explain the science behind the headlines. Tomorrow, some kids will wake up to the shortest day that they'll have all year, and others will wake up to the longest. Some might only have a few hours of daylight before darkness falls again, while others are going to be still playing outside late until the evening. And yet, they're all living on the same planet. So how can that be? Today's question is, how can the exact same day be the longest day of the year for some people and the shortest day of the year for others? Now, if you're listening from the Southern Hemisphere, tomorrow is the shortest day and longest night of your year. But if you're listening from the Northern Hemisphere, congratulations! Tomorrow you'll be enjoying the longest day and the shortest night instead. Now, before you get too excited, a day is still 24 hours long. What's changing isn't the length of the day itself, it's how many of those hours are spent in daylight and how many in darkness. Why? Well, lots of people think that winter happens because Earth is farther away from the sun. And surprisingly, that is not true. In fact, Earth is actually closest to the sun in early January, just after the Northern Hemisphere's winter solstice, and furthest away in early July, not long after today's solstice. So, if distance isn't the answer, then what is? The secret is that Earth is slightly tilted by about 23.5 degrees. Imagine you're walking in a big circle around a campfire while leaning slightly to one side. You keep leaning in the same direction the whole way around, and during part of your walk, your face points towards the fire, and halfway around, it'll be pointing the other way. Earth does almost exactly the same thing. As our planet travels around the sun, its tilt stays almost exactly the same, but Earth's position in its orbit changes, meaning that sometimes the southern hemisphere is leaning towards the sun, and then 6 months later, it's leaning away, while the northern hemisphere experiences the exact opposite. When your hemisphere is leaning towards the sun, it seems to climb higher in the sky, its rays hit the ground more directly, and it stays above the horizon for longer. That means days are longer and warmer weather. When your hemisphere is leaning away, the sun sits lower in the sky. Its rays arrive at a shallower angle and it spends less time above the horizon. The days become shorter and the weather generally cools. The closer you get to the poles, the more dramatic the effect. Near the Arctic Circle, the sun may not set at all around the June solstice, creating the famous midnight sun, when at the same time near Antarctica, the sun may barely rise above the horizon or not at all. People have been noticing this special day for thousands of years. Long before calendars and clocks, ancient cultures watched the sun carefully to keep track of the seasons, helping them know when to plant crops or prepare for changing weather. And one of the world's most famous ancient monuments, Stonehenge in England, is thought by many archaeologists to have been built so that the rising sun lines up with the stones on the summer solstice. So, whether you're pulling on a warm jumper for winter or enjoying a long summer evening, remember this, we're all riding together on the same tilted planet, travelling around the same star, and twice every year our little planetary lean gives us one of nature's most remarkable moments, the solstice. Had fun? Follow the show, drop us a 5-star review and tell us what you want to know next. Leave your questions in the comments or email me at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au and you might just hear your answer right here on next week's Squiz Kids Science Shorts.